In 1973, the CIA burned thousands of secret documents in an attempt to completely erase one of the darkest and most illegal programs in American history. They believed that by destroying the files, they could make the entire operation disappear forever. They were wrong. Some documents survived the fire, and what they contain is deeply disturbing even by today's standards. This is the story of MKUltra. It was a top-secret CIA program that operated for more than 20 years and conducted illegal experiments on human beings without their knowledge or consent. These are not conspiracy theories. These are real declassified documents, real experiments, and real victims whose lives were permanently damaged. The program was created with the goal of developing methods of mind control and psychological manipulation during the Cold War. After the end of World War II, the United States was extremely afraid of the Soviet Union. American intelligence agencies received multiple reports claiming that Russian scientists had already developed advanced techniques for controlling the human mind. The fear was that the Soviets could brainwash people and turn them into spies or weapons, without them even realizing it. Because of this growing paranoia, the CIA decided they needed to develop their own methods of mind control as quickly as possible, no matter the human cost. In 1953, they officially launched a highly classified program called MKUltra. Its goal was to explore every possible way to break down a person's mind. They wanted to rebuild it however they pleased. The program was given almost unlimited funding and very little oversight. The program ran in complete secrecy for over 2 decades. Only a very small number of people inside the CIA knew about its existence. Most government officials and almost all American citizens had no idea what was happening behind closed doors for all those years. The program was hidden even from many people who worked inside the intelligence community itself. The experiments were extremely brutal and often inhumane. Researchers gave large and repeated doses of LSD to people who had no idea they were being drugged. Some victims received LSD every single day for weeks or even months. Others were locked inside sensory deprivation tanks for long periods of time. They floated in total darkness and silence for days on end, completely isolated from the outside world until their minds began to collapse. Electroshock therapy was used at levels far beyond anything considered safe or ethical. Hypnosis, long-term isolation, sleep deprivation, verbal abuse, and intense psychological pressure were also widely used. The scientists wanted to understand exactly how much a human being could endure before their personality completely broke down. They wanted to find the point where a person could be completely reprogrammed and controlled. Many of these experiments were carried out in hospitals, prisons, and universities across the United States and Canada, often without proper ethical approval. The victims were not volunteers. They were prisoners, patients in mental hospitals, drug addicts, homeless people, and in some cases, even children. Many of them were told they were receiving medical treatment when in reality, they were being used as test subjects without their knowledge or consent. Inside CIA documents, these people were referred to as expendable. Their mental health and their lives were considered acceptable losses in the search for control. Many victims never recovered from what was done to them. Some lost their memory permanently. Others developed severe and lasting mental illnesses. Several people committed suicide during or after the experiments. The researchers themselves wrote in their internal reports that nothing comes back the same. They knew the damage they were causing, but they continued the experiments anyway. The suffering of these people was ignored for many years. When information about MKUltra began to leak in the early 1970s, the CIA became desperate to hide what they had done. In 1973, the director of the CIA ordered the complete destruction of almost all documents. Thousands of files were secretly burned in barrels behind CIA buildings in a frantic attempt to erase all evidence of their actions. On some surviving pages, you can still see handwritten notes saying this never happened. They tried to make the entire program disappear from history, and they almost succeeded, but a small number of documents were not destroyed. Today we know that MKUltra included at least 149 different sub-projects. It involved universities, hospitals, and prisons across the United States and Canada. We know that some of the psychological and interrogation techniques developed during these years are still being used today under different names. The program may have officially ended decades ago, but its influence never completely disappeared. The most disturbing part is not only what they did to people, it is that they were willing to destroy innocent human minds and then tried to pretend that none of it ever happened. So the real question is not whether MKUltra existed. The real question is, what else are they still doing right now? And what else are they still hiding from the public? If you want to see more declassified files and hidden operations, subscribe. Until next time, keep your eyes open.